The Wuthering Waves anniversary is right around the corner, and the question everyone is asking is, will they f*** it up? Will they mess up the anniversary this year like they did last year? Last year was a very, very, very controversial time for the game, because when the first anniversary came out, the patch was boring, the patch was bland, no one really cared about the patch, and for some reason the rewards for the patch were lackluster at best, and people were frustrated, to say the least. People were simply not happy. People were outraged. They were fuming. They wanted more for the patch. An anniversary patch is a time for celebration. It is a means to celebrate a year of an amazing game, and what we got didn't feel like that. But with the second anniversary right around the corner, it's time to talk about it. Will they mess it up, or will they learn from last year's mistake, and will they give us what we want? Now, some people are saying we're gonna get a free 5-star. Some people are saying we're gonna get lots more pulls. Some people are saying we're gonna get a free Lucy or Rebecca. Since the Cyberpunk collab is right around the corner, I don't know what we're gonna be getting, but whatever we do get, I hope it's very, very good. Here is something that I think we should get for the anniversary. 1. Lots more pulls than last time. I believe last year we got near enough no pulls to summon for the characters we wanted. It was Zani and Chiakona's banners for the anniversary last year, and no one, unless they put more money in the game, could summon for these characters. Even if people were saving, they said it was not enough. No, it wasn't enough. It was not enough currency. So when they saw what the pulls that we got in the anniversary were lackluster, people were, well, let's say, not very happy. Also, the events for the anniversary were not impressive at all. We got the Bowser birthday event, where essentially there was an evil version of Abby, who is essentially the Threnodian version of Abby, that later on we find out that her name, Abraxas, is connected to the Threnodians. Now I guess a Bowser was the past version of Abby, or could be, or a version of Abby that was connected to the Threnodians. That's a video for a different time. But in terms of rewards, events, and terms of story, it didn't feel like an anniversary patch, where this year it feels like the lineup might be a little bit better than we originally thought. So, what's going to be coming in 3.3, which is anticipated to be the great anniversary patch of Wuthering Waves 2026, the second anniversary? Well, the first thing people are looking forward to is Hiyuki and Denia. These two characters are going to be launching with 3.3, so people are very much excited to see these two characters, because this is an indication that maybe we're going to be getting a better story, or maybe a better understanding, a better narrative experience than we did in the first anniversary update. Obviously, we saw Hiyuki in the 3.2 livestream trailer, and part 2 of the patch, as of recording right now, part 2 of the story of the 3.2 patch is releasing tomorrow as of recording this video. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get some really interesting story and plot points compared to what we got last year. Last year we got Zani's character quest, which I personally very much enjoyed, and we also got Chiakona's character quest, which felt a lot more like mainstream. It did feel like more of a main story quest than Zani's one did. Zani was very self-contained in her own universe, in her own mission, and then Chiakona touched base on a lot of the Fraxidus. We learned more about Cristoforo, and we learned more about the endeavors and the plot of what the Fraxidus were planning. Whereas this year, maybe we'll get an actual story arc. Maybe we'll get an actual continuation talking about Imeth. Maybe we'll finally save Imeth. Maybe there'll be another mention of the Fraxidus. Maybe we'll have an overarching end goal mission to accomplish in the anniversary. Another thing that people really want to happen is the potentiality of free skins. One thing that people do not like is the fact that Wuthering Waves, compared to its sister game being Punishing Grey Raven PGR, is that Wuthering Waves is very much lacking skins, and the skins we are getting, people are simply not liking. I am a Zani main, and I hate Zani's alternate skin. People are not liking the skins Wuthering Waves are putting out. I believe the good skins that people praised the game for were the original 2 skins, the Sunhua and the Jinshi skin. People actually really liked both of those skins because they felt premium, especially Jinshi. Jinshi's animations changed. Jinshi's weapon skin changed. Jinshi's overall look and aesthetic of the game and how you play Jinshi changed, whereas skins that came after really didn't give off the same vibe and didn't have the same effect. So maybe we're going to get a brand new premium skin going forward, especially when the anniversary happens. So hopefully we're going to get more free skins, or maybe a new premium skin for people to invest in. But the main vocal point of the anniversary is this: the Cyberpunk collab. Are we going to get information about the Cyberpunk collab? This is a collaboration that is very hyped up, very excited, and very much something people are looking forward to. So are we going to get a free Rebecca? We're not going to be getting a free Lucy. That's my prediction. I believe we're not going to be getting a free Lucy or the illusion of a free Lucy. I think we're going to be getting a free Rebecca. If one of those units are going to be free, I do believe it's going to be a free Rebecca. There is no David Martinez. David Martinez is not going to be happening, and I'm going to tell you why. There has been countless crossovers in the Edge Runners space over the years with many different games. Guilty Gear got Lucy, other games also were announcing collaborations similar, but also at the same time, I don't think David Martinez is going to be playable because of this sole reason. One, David Martinez is a Cyberpunk legend. He is a Night City legend. It's the same reason why we're not going to be getting a Jackie or a V potential in the future. We're not going to be getting these characters as Cyberpunk crossovers in the future. Why? They are legend characters. It's why we're probably not going to get Johnny Silverhand as a crossover character ever in any other game. But the reason why we're getting Lucy is that even though she's a legend character, she survives, she lives, she's a very, very popular character, and her story for all intents and purposes is unfinished. Now, why we're getting Rebecca, I don't really know. Maybe because she isn't a Cyberpunk quote-unquote legend character, where David Martinez did the one thing that most people couldn't do. He went to Arasaka Tower. He actually went toe-to-toe with Adam Smasher. The only other characters that did that in the Cyberpunk universe was V himself and Johnny Silverhand. Those are the only characters that ever did something like that. We're not going to be getting David Martinez in any crossover, and I do believe the creator of the Edge Runners anime don't want David Martinez to be represented badly in any other forms of media, so for that reason, he's off limits. And for that, I completely understand. Am I upset that I'm not going to get to play David Martinez? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would have loved to have a David Martinez have a speedster mechanic because of the Sendavistan that he has. But we're not going to. So that's something that people need to retract from their minds. We're not going to be getting David Martinez. We're going to be getting Lucy and Rebecca. And maybe we're going to be getting a skin for Rover being David Martinez's jacket. That's the closest thing to David Martinez we're going to be getting. And maybe a reference or two in the story around Lucy and Rebecca. Why are they here? Who are they here for? Or maybe we're just going to get like an event that's going to be talking about the events of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. We don't know. But people do want to know more information about the Cyberpunk Edge Runners collaboration through the anniversary patch, which is happening, I believe, at the end of April, beginning of May time. That's roughly when the time frame is going to be happening upon the release of the anniversary patch. But yeah, some people really want David. We're not going to be getting David. Some people really want a free Lucy or a free Rebecca. If we do get a free unit, it's going to be a free Rebecca through an event maybe. We're probably going to get a free skin for David Martinez's jacket for Rover, which would be really, really cool. We're not going to be getting a free Hiyuki. We're not going to be getting a free Denia. The only free character we ever got was Zhangli Yao, and that I do believe was for the developers to go, we're giving a free unit, people come back to the game. And because it was a celebratory event. The 1.2 was a celebratory event. It was a Moonlight Festival, or the Moonlight Festival, whatever it was called. And even Zhangli Yao's story was a limited time event, which I don't believe should have happened. I do believe Zhangli Yao's story should have been a permanent event for people to play, but it's not. Just like Zhangli Yao was a very limited character to get for free. They reran his banner, but in terms of that, no one's going to be able to get him for free again. Not going to happen. Also, again, the story needs to be good for 3.3. 3.3 story needs to be connected to Imeth, needs to be connected to the main continuity of Wuthering Waves, because then that's going to make the event and the anniversary feel a lot more grandioso. People want to know more about Imeth, where she is, what she's doing. She's in hibernation in the void, the world between worlds with the Threnodian. How is she holding up? How are we going to get there? Are we going to use Hiyuki to get there? Because the chances are Hiyuki is very heavily connected to Chisa, based on theories that I myself have and other people have. So she's probably going to be the key to get to Imeth. So those of you that are expecting to have a grand story in 3.3, I have good news for you. It's probably going to be the case. And Denia also being heavily influenced by the Threnodian based on what we've seen from Denia. And based on from what we've seen from Denia, she's heavily connected to the Fractidus. 3.3 story is most likely going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one and a very exciting one. But yeah, another thing, the final thing people really want from the anniversary patch are lots of pulls. Whether through events or through just giving them away, the one thing that people were furious at Kuro Games for last year and last year's anniversary, but there was no anniversary rewards at all. The rewards were doggy doo-doo. The patch itself was pretty fine, but in terms of an anniversary patch, it wasn't good. If last year's patch, I believe it was 2.3, or 2.3, I believe it was. If it was just a patch and the anniversary patch was 2.4, I believe people would have been more forgiving because we had Septimont through 2.4. 2.3 was a very much condensed filler patch in a sense of Zani's story was self-contained, Chiakona was more of a main story, but still was a Chiakona story only, and the events were very lackluster and the rewards were very much non-existent. 2.4 had Septimont, 2.4 had two parts of the main story, 2.4 had Looper, and more importantly, Cartathea as playable characters. That felt like more of an anniversary patch than 2.3 did. So maybe they've learned from last year, and 3.3 is going to be more grandiose, more grandioso, more grand, more of an important patch, more of an important statement for an anniversary. So that's what I believe we can expect. That's what I believe is going to happen. There's a few other things, maybe some more quality of life changes, some more optimization changes. They need to condense the game down. The game has become way too big for people's consoles and for people's PCs. The game needs to be condensed down. There's too much. It's like an 80 or 90 gigabyte game at this point. It doesn't need to be that big. We could probably condense the 80, 90 gigs to 60 or 70 gigs. It doesn't need to be that big. The game is huge. Maybe that's a good quality of life thing we can touch on. Maybe that's something that we can really have, is a more condensed version of the game. It's very common in the AAA game market to release a game. It's like 100 gigabytes. Later down the road, they do optimizations, they do patches where it's condensed from 100 gig to 70 gig, or maybe at a push 60 gig. That's very much possible. Maybe that'll be the case. You know, also going back really quickly, someone in my chat has said that maybe the fact that Adam Smasher could be a boss fight for us to fight against in Wuthering Waves, whether it's it might be a hologram. It'll be a very good hologram boss because Adam Smasher is dead. He's dead. He is dead in the Cyberpunk story. So maybe a hologram boss. They design Adam Smasher to be a hologram boss for you just to take down Adam Smasher whenever you want. You know, or maybe since Wuthering Waves is about reverberations and about the frequency of past living things, maybe Adam Smasher can temporarily come back, and then the main villain is Adam Smasher seeking revenge for whatever reason, and then we have to take him down, and that's the story of the Cyberpunk collab. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully Wuthering Waves is cooking. Hopefully Wuthering Waves has an overarching sense of what they're looking for. And hopefully this anniversary is going to be better from the last anniversary. Let me know down below in the comments, do you believe this anniversary is going to be good? Do you believe it's going to be doggy doo-doo? Do you think it's going to be average? Let us find out when 3.3 launches, hopefully at the end of April, beginning of May. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you all in the next video. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.